There you go.
Hello, Coach Vikram. Thank you so much for being here tonight. I am so excited that you will be joining our luxury meeting at the Walnut Creek office this Friday at 2 o'clock. We're also excited that you're going to be coming as a guest, and you're just a little celebrity in our circle of agents. You are such a big shot luxury agent in Washington. I've been following you for the past 20 years, and now you're a coach, and I loved your luxury class. I listened to it again and again and again. And tell us some of the widgets that you'll be talking about with us this Friday.
Hey, Kat, thank you so much for having me. I'm honored. I feel like a celebrity. Now I know what J-Lo feels like on a Sunday night at 9 o'clock at night being interviewed. So I love helping people raise their price points. Luxury is, a lot of agents, as you said earlier, luxury is the service, it's the feel, it's the experience, right? So when you go into a fine restaurant, if you go into, one of your 4-star restaurants in the Bay Area, and you're spending $150, $200 per person for this meal, you want to feel different than if you go to your Outback Steakhouse. And it's the same thing with these clients. They've worked really hard. They've made great financial decisions, and they want an agent who will cater to their needs and give them the experience that they want. Anybody can show. My dog down there who barely moves will tell you where the kitchen is because he knows where the food's at. So I don't need to tell you about where the kitchen is. I need to tell you the experience that you're going to have in the kitchen. When you sell to a luxury client, you're selling the experience. The other thing that we'll talk about is the problems that you should be able to solve for your clients. You should be on top of what's happening in the political space that's going to affect them with taxes. So luxury buyers, right? I don't like to use the word luxury. I just, high-end buyers, people with a little bit more money that have worked hard for whatever reason in life. I don't like to label them and put them on a pedestal. They're just regular people. And if you can solve their problems and you can save them time, they will pay you the money you're worth.
We get paid in proportion to the problems that we solve.
You got it.
So what problems do the wealthy luxury clients have?
Well, they don't have a lot of problems because they have money now. They don't know about certain things. So just because they have been very successful at Microsoft or Amazon or Google, or they started a tech company, and they might even own 4 or 5 rental properties because they bought a house in Modesto, then they upped to, San Fran, and then they upped it from a condo to a house in, Oakland or something like that, San Jose or wherever they're at, Walnut Creek. They might have just kept those properties along the way. They didn't necessarily go out and invest. So they tell you, oh, we own 4 or 5 houses. You automatically think this is a super savvy investor. They might not know anything. They just might have got a property manager, rented, bought, and they don't know anything. So they don't know about the tax benefits always. So if you don't need to know everything, you just need to know that you can put a team together. They might not know the legalities of certain things. They might not know how there's so many things. I actually have a list that it's 8:45 or something on a Sunday night. My brain's fried. But there's a lot of things as an expert that and they don't know. They don't know how the market necessarily works, right? You hear the market's hot, but they don't understand it. So your job as an agent is to save them time and save them the headache of having to go do the research. You do the research and then you send it to them. Say, hey, read these things, instead of them having to go out and Google, because they don't have the time, but they have the money. And they don't know where to go to get the resources. The other thing is that I don't even know. I just totally.
We don't want it to be garbage in, garbage out. They want us to take the garbage, interpret the information, and just decipher it for them and give them just the basic points that they can understand. Make it easy for them.
And you have your team, right? You have your team of experts. I can't tell you the value of having a team of experts available for questions that can be answered on the fly. And when your team is available for your client, it makes you look like a rock star.
I love that. I love that. Tell me something, since I have you on a Saturday night.
Sunday.
Today's Sunday. Oh my God, it's been a long weekend. Now it's a good thing, because I wasn't going to show up to work tomorrow. How do you deal with your difficult clients?
Well, I mean, so one is you set the expectations up front, and there's difficult clients because they're just difficult people. Yes. And there's difficult clients because they're language barriers, or they're used to a certain thing, or they just think that realtors are a commodity and they don't see any value to you. So I always sat down with our clients before our meetings, and we did a buyer consultation. It's funny. This is actually my seller's book right here, but I would do a full, thorough presentation and explanation and question asking. And there are people that I said no to. They're like, so tell me about your commission rebates program. I said, did you see it in the book? They're like, no. I said, I don't have one. They said, well, then we're going to go work with Redfin. Okay. They said, what do you mean, okay? You need me. I said, dude, I don't know if you saw the car outside in the parking lot, but the nice one out there, that's mine. I don't need you. Like, I don't need you. I want your business, but I don't need your business. I have plenty of other people that will give me money, and I get to choose who I work with. So you want Redfin? I hope to God you don't go up against me. And they're like, why? I said, because I will wipe the floor clean with that Redfin agent. And they were like, I said, why don't you and your wife talk about it and we'll decide. So I would fire clients because we had the database to work with a lot of people. And if I'm going to give you my time, I want people that respect me the same that I respect you. Now, there's other people that are just worth a lot of money and they're buying like a $7, $8, $9, $10 million house. And as long as they are respectful to you, they don't treat your team poorly, they just kind of beat you up a little bit, and the money is going to outpace the treatment of you, I'd just say, suck it up. Sometimes you just got to get thick-skinned and suck it up. But other times, but other times, if they're highly disrespectful, if they're treating you poorly, if they're rude to your team, if they're not offering the way that they should be, oh, we're rich, we're not going to offer over asking price. I'm like, have you seen the market that we're in? There's 62 offers here. They're all cash. They're all rich. They all work in the same company. It might be better to go out and find clients that will respect you. Or you sit them down and you tell them, hey, this isn't working. And you just have a really upfront, honest conversation. Don't be rude, just be upfront. And if you guys part ways, you part ways. If you can come to an agreement, you come to an agreement. I can't tell you how many people will be like, wow, nobody's ever said that to me. I'm like, wow. well, people are scared of you because you have money. I'm like, I want to have a long relationship with you. So I don't put you on a pedestal. I give you the same red carpet treatment that I give everybody. But if I don't get that in return from you, then we just can't do business. And I'd rather part ways without you going and writing a bad review about me than you guys saying, oh, this, that, and the other. Because those are the types of people that will write the negative reviews. And you got to protect right? Like if you go look me up, I got 100 and some odd reviews on Zillow, 4.9 stars.
Wow.
Because I don't want to deal with the one bad apple to make a couple $100 and then it screws me up for everybody else. And they suck the time and life out of you. Like those are the people that I got into my car and I'd like shake the steering wheel. Like, why do you work with these people? And it's just not worth it. So you have to ask yourself if it's worth it or not. But a lot of times when you put it out there and you kind of put them in their position, not their place, but just put them in a position where they're like, wow, oh my God, I didn't even think about it. They'll see you as a peer instead of as a commodity, or they'll fire you. Either way, there's plenty of buyers and sellers out there. Go find a new one.
Actually, people usually ask us on our team, how come you always work with the very, very nice people? And I said, because they're really mean people. They cannot stand us.
Yeah.
They fire us.
And I'd rather fire, and my team would freak out when I fired like a $2 million client. They'd freak out. They're like, Vic, that's $2 million. I was like, no, that's 2 million headaches.
Oh.
Because they call you at 10 o'clock at night. They call you early in the morning. And they said, I called you last night. I said, I know. I'll call you back after my prospecting. Like, you left me a message. Oh my God, we have questions about the HOA and this, that, and the other. No, nothing's pressing. There are no life-altering questions. So I have my team in the morning reach out to them. Like, well, we wanted to talk to you. I said, I don't have the answers. My team does. That's why I have a team. I pay them a lot of money so that I don't have to deal with these questions. And those are the types of people that are going to drive you crazy. And look, I'm very lazy. I like to make a lot of money, and I like to work as little as possible, and I like to let everybody else do all the heavy lifting. I just like to show up and smile and be the nice guy. And bad clients turn me into the bad guy. And so sometimes you just fire them and let somebody else be their headache. And a lot of times the big clients never bought anything.
Oh.
So you got to remember that. So the difficult clients are sometimes the ones who just want attention. Not always, but sometimes they just want a lot of attention, and they're going to just drive you insane.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So don't tell us everything now, because we have to come to the luxury meeting to learn more.
Okay.
So 2 o'clock on Friday.
Sure.
I'm going to make sure not to mess up my days. So we're going to see you then. Same link.
Perfect.
Looking forward to it. And I really have been enjoying our 5 a.m. calls too.
Awesome. Yeah. If you guys aren't on the 5 a.m. club, go to 5amclub.net, and Sharon hosts those majority of the days, but I get Tuesdays.
Thank you so much. You're a true motivation. Bye, Coach Vikram. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Good night.
Good night.